Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Tonight, we are joined by two very special guests in the form of kittens.
Meow.
Congrats, everyone. You have been blessed.
I think this is the first time Strength of Thousands is hearing about Caccio.
Well, now
Okay, so that's how it's pronounced.
Caccio. Like
Cacio.
Cacio e Pepe. Pepe.
I don't know what that
because
means.
Cacio e Pepe is a pasta dish. That means cheese and pepper.
Oh, I like that.
So pepper is pepper, and this is Caccio, and together they're Cacio e Pepe.
Oh.
He's just a little baby. So what happened was, for the Strength of Thousands people who have not heard, this little goober stowed away in the hood of my car and decided not to make himself known until I was basically already at work. And now he lives here.
As happens with cats sometimes.
Yeah, I took a quick little jaunt down the 101, and now he has to live here. That's him. He's a baby. And that was Tuesday. So my life has changed quite a bit since the last time I have seen this
For the
character
better.
sheet. Yeah. Yeah, he's just a little baby, and he's floppy and sleepy right now, but you might hear him tearing around the apartment, being a
Oh, yes,
menace
Mom.
later.
I promise I will give him back.
Yeah, he's just a baby.
But yeah, so before we get started, announcements. Number one. Cool stuff going on. We're down Maya on Friday because they're going to see a play. As I've been told, so I'm saying myself now so I don't forget. Then, other shows on the channel. Tomorrow night, Will and Dada Fang. Remnant 2, Electric Boogaloo. Shortly after that, go watch Sarah play games. Dragon Age or Cats?
Probably Dragon Age. I finally think I got it working so it won't crash on me. We'll see.
It is a little bit tricky to stream that one for the PC port. I found that if I did window capture instead of game capture, it worked.
See, okay, I will try that. I definitely lowered the res because I went online. It's like, lower it completely. Like, it's too powerful. It can't do it. And I'm like, got it. I just don't want another kaleidoscope Mabari hound. Like Thursday.
Oh God,
Go see
that was
that.
horrifying.
The Kaleidoscope Mabari hounds. They're cute. Then, Wednesday, Wild Ambition, Wild West. Will our party continue to be ambitious, and will they continue to walk towards their downfall in this sort of Greek tragedy? Join us and find out.
They're gonna live happily ever after. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Then, on Thursday, we're off. Sarah streams. Friday, Astral Calling. Space.
Yeah.
Pirates. Space Pirates. Mechanical Familiars. An NPC that everyone loves and Chad regularly makes cry. It's going to be a good time.
Is there an NPC that Chad doesn't make cry?
Yes, several.
Okay. Where are you going?
Not cry. I don't know if there's
Oh,
any
no!
NPCs that Chad is on good terms with. There's a few that he's on neutral terms with, but I wouldn't say that they're like texting to check in with one another. Like, I don't think there's any NPCs that
I
Viv
will
is
have
like...
to tell you about the NPC in a game I ran that Chad romanced.
I've never seen Chad romance an NPC.
I will have to tell you about that NPC after stream. It was
One
a dragon.
One day. Wow.
Then,
Anyway.
Go big or go home, Chad.
Saturday, Tabletop Bros. Baldur's Gate 3, Act 3. We survived our idiocy.
What we get for poking around in places we're not supposed to be, potentially.
That's
But
fine.
we handled it.
Yeah, we
Look,
handled it.
if they didn't want you to wander over, they would have put an invisible wall. You just chose another path.
Well, the problem is, too, now that we have 3 characters who can fly because they ate, worms, and then there's Garl, who has just, like, immunity to fall damage and can jump absurd heights.
Carl can fall with style.
Speaking
I mean,
of
literally, she's like a cat now. She can never she can never fall prone from a height.
Don't the worms fuck up your face if you eat too
Oh
many
yes,
of
they
them?
look
Yes.
they look horrific, and Garl still looks gorgeous
Of course she does.
when she's not splattered in blood.
I would argue that she is gorgeous even then. Arguably, even
It's
more
just a little
so.
harder to see her under the blood. I mean,
just gotta wipe it
But
away.
it adds a little something.
I do carry a bar of soap around in the game in case I want to take a nice screenshot.
And then on Sunday, Stardew Sunday. Longer this week now that I'm not in a play during the day. It should be a good time. Yeah, actually, I just finished tearing down the sets with the production company, which is a good time.
choice.
They want to do She Slays Monsters next year.
Oh, nice.
Will, I did want to say something about your production.
Yes, man.
I had one minor complaint.
Go for it. The child
The minor
walking through
plot-
the entire first act.
Yeah, I wanted to strangle that child.
So did I.
They got let out though, which was kind of cute. I was very disappointed that the minor plot line with the piano player being drunk didn't go anywhere.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
It did. I took the last of his alcohol from him.
I saw
was it.
that, but
I was
don't know,
doing community service, not consigning myself to alcoholism. But Matt, introduce
Yes.
us.
oh my gosh, we are human beings, some of which who are in contact with cats. But yes, hello everyone.
Half of the present Zoom call is currently holding a kitten.
You don't know what's in my lap.
It's not a kitten.
No, it's actually nothing. It's nothing. That is an alien. Funny you should bring that up.
Also not a kitten.
It's a dog.
Yes. Hello everyone. I am
Hello, Matthew.
Matt, or Urbanoff, various places on the internet, and I am the game master for tonight's game of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path, as we take a group of people, of players, of heroes, from student to lore speakers to teachers to possibly saviors of two worlds. Who knows? Who
Wow,
knows?
look at us go.
Two worlds, more
But
like two worlds.
Before we get too far into speculation about possible world-saving calamities, or saving the world from calamities, whatever, let's introduce our. You all right there, McKenna?
I didn't. I just popped both of my ears.
Oh,
Well, let's give McKenna a moment to recover. Sarah, if you can tear yourself away from your kitty for a moment. Please introduce yourself, your character, and if you had to pick a starting weapon in a video game, what weapon would it be?
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Margaret. I'm playing Charlotte, the Anati toxicologist. This is Astarian.
Hi, Starian.
No wonder
Yeah.
he's around your neck so much.
He's a little Selkirk baby. And his mama is looking at me like, put him back now.
put them
So,
back where he
uh,
can, so help me.
oh my god, starting, I really like a whip as a starting weapon.
A bit of a high skill ceiling, but okay.
Yeah,
Where's a
I think
whip?
honestly, if you start with like, if you're playing as a character who uses a whip, a la like Castlevania, you could have like different types of whips. You start with just a regular leather woven whip that doesn't have a lot of length or crack to it, and then as you go, it's either like you get Cat 9s or you get spiked or it's stuff. You get increased weapons from this whip that you can do, and more like combos and cool stuff as you level up. But yes,
All right.
bless you.
All right, we're still going to give McKenna more time to recover, so by process of elimination, Will, please introduce yourself, your character, and what would be your starting weapon.
Hello, my name is Will, also known as Tabletop Roles on the internet. And tonight I am playing Igara, Gamma, and Choco, as well as a number of other summons. Bless you, McKenna.
Tried to mute myself. I'm
You did
sorry.
mute yourself, but I saw the physical, so I still. As far
I'm allergic
as...
to cats.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as starting weapons are concerned, if I'm talking purely from like what I like to do playstyle wise, Matt, it would be one of two things. If it's sort of a generic fantasy world with sword and sorcery where I'm questing about, probably a staff of some sort. But if we're putting ourselves into a monster hunter sort of situation, big fucking sword.
All right. And last but not least, finally, free from her sneezing, perhaps. We'll see. McKenna, please introduce yourself,
Hello.
your character, and your starting weapon.
Hello, everyone. I am McKenna Ray Tynan. McKenna Ray are on all of the places. And tonight I'm playing Avi, the Nicotera witch, and her familiar Agate. That's not a flea, is it? No, you're fine. I have a baby in my lap that I'm allergic to, so there may be more of that. And starting weapon, I think I'd probably go. Again, it would depend on whether or not magic is an option. Like if I could be a catalyst user, that would be my first choice. I would like to have a magic, please. If
I
that was
refuse.
not an option,
It isn't.
I would probably say bow and arrow. Just by virtue of I'm a bitch, and I would like the opportunity to run away from something before it got too close to me if I realized that I was underleveled for an encounter.
I should have specified this was for a hypothetical low fantasy setting. You would be taking like mud damage early on.
Damage is damage.
I am now just imagining
I would like to be out of the mud.
a McKenna with a Kokomi catalyst going around sending fish at people. Like just fish attack, jellyfish.
Delightful.
I mean, that's what she's seeing, but in reality, she's just got a bucket of fish and like a jellyfish, she's like throwing them at people.
Also, technically not a salt baby M. We've named him Cacio, which is just cheese in Italian.
And thusly, Emily will never be able to go near
Mamma mia.
that little cat.
Well, because he's
Yeah.
Cacio e Pepe with pepper. It's Cacio e Pepe.
All right. Well, that deals with our introductions. Before we get back
sweet.
into the adventure with the recap, Will, why don't you go ahead and roll that intro?
And Cooper would be wrong. And we're
What were we
back.
talking about? You'll never know.
Maybe it was cheese. We don't know. Yes. So, when we last left our group of lore speakers, they had conquered the Cathedral of Nothingness. I just said cathedral, very weird there. Dwendak, the lich in charge of the cult at the very top of the cathedral, was smoked, and the DM has now declared vengeance on all the players.
Correct.
Mostly Will. But you guys stand in this now, I suppose, shattered and ruined and cleansed sanctum of this lich. They are now a pile of dust on the floor, forever vanquished. You'll never have to worry about them
We need to
again.
deal with the phylactery.
What are you talking about?
Book. I need a book. I
No,
love
seriously,
books.
Will. There's no such thing as that, what you just said.
Phylactery?
Is it called something else in Pathfinder?
Oh, but yeah, it's
Like,
a soul cage. Now.
There you go.
Nephilactory or something stupid.
McKenna
like
gets
that?
half a hero point.
What do I do with half a hero point?
You hold on to it, you might get a second half, which will turn into a full hero point.
Okay.
You know, we can
okay.
choose the system, McKenna. If you promise to use it in this game, I'll give you half a hero point on Wednesday.
Promise to use it in this game?
Yeah, if you
Or not.
promise to use it in this game, I'll give you half in like tonight. I'll
But
give you half a hero point on Wednesday. Turn
She-
that hero point.
But
to
how
a
would
whole.
I wouldn't be able to use
She
it.
can't use it
tonight
until
if
it's a full one.
Oh right, yeah.
I'm sorry,
What
this
a
is
what a what a fun little journey we just went on.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's find the soul cage. There's a book. There's a book.
We could just burn
There's a
all the
book.
books.
There's a
I'm
fair
just
amount
kidding.
of books
I'm
in
just
here.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Are you even a teacher at a school? What's wrong with you?
I thought it would be a
Ophelia
fun-
just crosses her arms and shakes her head at you.
So I get the feeling that if we try to detect through a magical sense, all of this stuff's going to be very necromantic in nature. But what we're looking for is very specific.
Do you guys just want to give me a general perception check just to look around? Because there's other things in here besides books.
Interested. So
Yeah.
yes. Never mind.
Avi, because you are flying and thus have a good
Oh.
perspective on things. So there are, in addition to a large grimoire you find that has like cool like skeletal metal bindings on it and everything. Like, oh wow, this okay. Gamma also is
What is going on here?
Okay, yeah, that's a crit, 2 crit fails, and then another crit.
So Avi like
I wanted to see.
Avi and Gamma like see God, and Charlotte and Igra just like
See that fucking bird out the window.
What? There's a window? I didn't even
No,
notice.
there are no windows,
Oh.
which makes it even more impressive that you saw the bird.
Right.
I was gonna say, you guys start to look something, but you accidentally kick the pile of lich dust, and it gets up in your face like, oh god, it's in my nose. Oh.
All right,
Damn
I'll
it.
make.
This was a person. Oh,
Where's
Well, sort of.
Igor?
an evil person. All right, but yes, so Avi and Gamma, you guys find a variety of cool stuff. You find in a tiny little, like almost like a jewelry box, 2 +2 weapon potency runes, 2 +2 ones. Is Will writing this down?
No, I am typing in a goof.
+2. Say again.
Plus 2 potency.
You
runes.
find 2 +2 weapon potency runes. Yes, you make a save for the lich dust poison, which
No,
really is.
it's an actual poison called lich dust. It is a thing in PF2, which is why I'm like, oh no.
You also find 2 greater striking runes that looks like they were getting ready to be applied to like armaments of new minions. Like there's like an axe nearby with like a very conspicuous like slot in it where a rune was probably gonna go.
Hold on, Matt.
Yep.
I think I know. We also find an orange prism eon stone.
Yes, you do. You guys, you find what you think for a second is like a scroll tube. You pop it open, and you look inside, and suddenly there's no scroll, and then just floating out of it comes a little Aeon stone that just sort of like does a little figure 8 in midair until you like put a hand near it, and then starts like floating
Evidently,
around
I
your
did
hand.
have it that we found this last time, so.
Yeah, I gave you a little preview. There is also, drum roll, 8,500 gold pieces worth of rare spell components and minor magical knickknacks.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of magical knickknacks? I love a magical.
Roll me a d4.
Hold on. Rolling. 4.
Well, I set myself up for this. Now I have to come up with 4 magical knickknacks on the spot.
Matthew, there's a
Yep.
there's a table in the GM core book.
That's less fun.
Okay.
All right. So you find a animated dictating quill. So
what
now-
are you going to say?
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
An animated.
I mean, you haven't checked under his he doesn't have a bed, he's a lich.
you
You
gotta check in
also
the dungeon.
you also find a one
Just
use
find a fursuit.
thief's candle, which is a candle that when lit only shines for the person holding it. But this is a small
Nice.
one. It's like almost like birthday candle size. It's a one use.
Fun.
Eh.
You also find what appears to be the equivalent of a shock pet collar.
Oh.
Kinky.
What is wrong with Avi sees the look on Igra's face and just goes, "What is wrong with you?"
Against my better judgment, Will, don't say I never gave you anything. All right, so that's 3. And lastly,
Into the bag of holding.
lastly,
Don't say
you,
Matt never gave you anything because he didn't give it to you. He gave it
You
to
find-
me.
Avi, you find something a little curious.
Igor wants to wear it.
You
No.
find what appears to be, like, at first you think it's a monocle. It's like a little coin-shaped size thing, like the size of, like those big silver dollars you can get.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like, oh, it has a lens on one side, but then you turn it over, and there's a lens on the other side, but it's smaller. And you look at the side of the coin, and there's actually like what appears to be almost like a movable ring.
Oh,
Okay.
what does it do?
I don't know. Do you want to
Is it
fiddle with
a
it?
puzzle ring? I would love to fiddle with it. Can I do maybe an Arcana check to see if there's any runes on it or anything?
There is barely any blank surface on this thing at all. There are no runes. You can do an Arcana check to see if it's magical in any way.
Yes, please. 36.
There
Can't
is some
get that myself.
very faint magic on this that is like, oh, this is a magical device that's potentially like magically compressed in some faction.
Well,
I'm gonna start fiddling with it.
I mean, the only thing you can fiddle with it really is either attempt to look through it or turn the ring part.
I
of it.
will attempt to look through it.
It's like very distorted. Like you're like, I don't think you get the impression like this is not how this is supposed to be used.
I twist it.
All right. You twist it, and suddenly it springs out, and you realize this is somehow a normal telescope that can magically compress to the size of a coin.
Oh, that's fun. Avi goes from holding something that is like dinner plate sized in her hands to something that is too big for her. And just sort of topples over
Yeah, but-
backwards.
Also,
Stella just
thankfully
like
doesn't whack you in the
reaches
face.
down and grabs it.
Yes.
Yes, so those are your
Thank
4
you,
magical
Charlotte.
knickknacks.
Magical knickknacks. Thank you, Matt.
You're
I love
welcome.
magical knickknacks.
Nicky
I'd made those all up on the spot.
They were very good. I liked it.
I also like them.
There's also a bound in a sort of like string harness that lets you hold it up, like if it was a lantern or something. A skull that when you take it out of the box just screams. It's very
Okay.
loud and uncomfortable. Yeah.
Oh,
That
That's
can-
As soon as it goes
enough.
back in the box, it stops screaming.
can I have that one?
Honestly, me in the morning. Do you want the screaming head?
Can I have the screaming head?
Why?
You
No,
can have the screaming head.
okay.
I'm
Thank you.
I'm curious why.
You'll see.
Oh, I don't like that.
And of course, you find, which I'm just going to say it has a label on it, the Grimoire of Unknown Necessities.
Oh, unknown necessities. Charlotte, you want to read a book? You want to speed read right now?
Take a look. It's in the
Yes.
book.
Speed read,
Absolutely.
speed read.
I love grimoires.
Reading pals.
Reading.
If I could
Um,
read, I would.
Charlotte and Avi tear into this book.
Bless you.
It's dusty in here.
Yeah. It's all that lich dust.
Once again, that's highly poisonous.
Ooh.
Well, that's why I'm sneezing it out. So
Okay.
Isn't it great that I inhale poisons often?
You're going to get the Lich
Ugh.
Lung.
not
Actually,
lich lung.
Now that you mention that, Charlotte reaches back and pulls out a little bottle and just starts shoving lich dust into the bottle. Just kind
Also, I
of.
should specify, Lich Lung is literally just your lungs desiccating inside you.
Oh, beautiful! I'm keeping
Ugh.
this.
Blech. I am.
Sarah, for
It's-
your benefit, because I think you will appreciate this. Mechanically, lich dust.
I mean,
It is
I
a
don't
know.
level 9 poison that makes people fatigued and paralyzed. It
Oh,
does
so that's
take
a real
10
thing.
It does take 10 minutes. It's an ingestible poison. Here, wait, I'll just share it with everyone so y'all can see it. But it is an actual poison that I know
What?
about for reasons.
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
What
So
reason?
really good
Yes.
tool for GMs.
I'm gonna need you all to do like an Arcana or Occultism check on the book, and because you were forewarned about the Soul Cage being one of these pages, you literally all have to critically fail this not to find the right page.
40.
Okay, yeah. You guys find a page that is just kind of different at the back. You're like, huh, I'm no judge, but this page seems evil. The font is evil.
There-
Comic
no,
Sans.
no.
Hey,
We're
Comic Sans is
burning
not
it.
evil.
Don't,
Huh?
don't,
Huh?
don't put a lich. No, not.
Yeah. Igra, what do you have in your mouth? No.
Nothing.
I
No.
you can find the last
Can we
page,
read it?
the rest of it.
You start to read it, and your head starts to hurt a little bit, and you're like, ooh, I
Ow.
should maybe go dig up a body and experiment with it.
Yes. Sorry. What?
Oh, it's the Goes Maze type of phylactery. Soul Cage.
I think he's trying to get us to give him a new body. So I think we just need to burn
mean,
the page.
It's a soul cage, like left alone long enough, he will just regenerate a new one. Like one day you'll wake up and there'll be like a skull just sitting around, and the next day it'll have like a spinal cord.
Oh no!
So I produced
Well,
flame on the piece of paper.
The book starts wiggling a tiny bit away from you.
I rip it out.
Rip out the
it
page.
out of the book.
Okay.
I'm gonna rip.
So
Rip
you're
out the
breaking up a
page.
little, McKenna.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be
My
sorry.
internet is bad. I wish it were not so bad.
I'm getting fiber
Um,
soon. I'm really excited.
I'm sorry. Matt,
Congratulations.
for my own purposes, can you give me the name of the grimoire again?
The Grimoire of Unknown Necessities. It is also an item, actually.
As I pull up the book that it's probably in.
Hi, Diglett.
Yes.
Speaking of unknown necessities, it's a Diglett.
I do love Diglett. I've only gotten to see them slightly, but I do like Diglett. They're my favorite cat of Sarah's cats.
Fun fact, McKenna is one of the few human beings that Diglett will let pet.
Diggy likes me kind of sometimes.
Oh, it's not
It is a badge I wear with honor.
Oh,
I cried.
Avi, actually, also, because you did roll a 40 in occultism about the book, and this has nothing to do with Dwendak, but you identify the hide of the book as a rare monster from the distant plane of Leng. The Grimoire's
A rare
spine,
monster from the
the Grimoire's spine is bound in copper, and a spiral of shifting runes slowly swirls across the surface.
Matt, can
But
I
they're
show
very
you?
different.
Runes, you
They're very
say?
different from the kind of runes you're used to, and you're like, oh, these are some like.
Can I share
occult.
the item with us?
Sure. I prefer if you did, so I don't have to read it.
I got it. There you go. There it is. Ooh, it's worth $8,000, which that's fine. Activate once per day. You're an arcane prepared spellcaster, and you have rested but not yet prepared your spells to the day, Avi. The Grimoire provides you with a temporary knowledge of a single spell, the highest level you're capable of casting that you don't already have recorded in it, or any other spellbooks. Your familiar counts as your spellbook, chosen by the GM's based and on their knowledge of the adventure to be particularly useful to you during the upcoming day. Oh, this solves McKenna's problem with prepared
Interesting.
spellcasters in PF2.
At least partially, I think.
A strange quirk of the tome prevents the spell's knowledge from ever traveling further than your own mind. The granted spell is not only removed from the tome's pages at the start of the next day, but it's also removed from any scroll, spellbook, or grimoire that it was copied into, as well as any
Oh, so you
other
can't
way it
copy the
might have been
spells.
learned or copied. Yeah, so you can't
So
copy it.
basically, you can't
but-
save the spells because it just goes whoop, burns
It
it
makes
out of
Matt
you.
have to give you a spell every day that he'll think will be useful, and then if it's not useful, you can be like, "Oh, Matt, you didn't do good."
And then I get to say,
Aw.
well, looks like you missed the opportunity I gave you.
I love this. This is a very fun item.
We are ripping out
Oh.
the last page, obviously.
I mean, sure, but it's no
Yeah,
forever
I'm burning
screaming
it.
skull. I thought
Defini-
McKenna burned the page already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
I
am-
started to try, but my internet may have gotten in the way of
Yeah.
me. trying to
There is
produce
like a
later.
horrific and you see like the smoke of the page as it disintegrates turns into like a hideous like deformed skull like visage and then fades into nothingness.
Hopefully, Pharasma can claim your soul.
We did it.
Have
We
fun
did it.
now. Goodbye. We did it. We did it. We
Somewhere
did it.
somewhere else in the cathedral you feel a spirit at rest.
All right, I'm going to go get that cool staff. Walks
Oh,
downstairs.
well,
just
we
get
gotta
that
leave
cool
anyway,
stuff.
so like we gotta go tell the people the
Yeah.
thing that they wanted to do.
So
now
as
we-
a reminder, what you get from that guy,
Oh, let's
let me
leave the
just
guy.
the guy.
We're so glad your soul's at rest. Thank you for the cool stuff. Bye.
Hopefully Lord Asmodeus will reward me.
Hopefully not.
Make me into a cool demon.
If that's what your heart desires, I guess.
No,
Good for you.
All right. So he has a magical staff called Worm Drinker.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's got some interesting spells in it.
worm drinker, like W O.
Oh god, that's a lot of dragon related spells.
WYRM.
Yeah. It's one of those
that
charges
answered
things.
our question.
Oh wow, you can hit a dragon and make them drained 2 or drained 4 on a critical if you hit them
We
with
should
it.
have stole that staff before the dragon fight.
Well, I don't think it would have worked because it was like an undead dragon, so it wasn't almost technically a dragon.
Ooh. Oh, it's looks like a bone.
I mean, it's probably made from a dragon bone.
Oh, it
The
gives you
femur of a
fucking-
gold
Female
dragon.
gold dragon right away. Gold dragon. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, so it's a good staff.
It is a good staff.
It's a good staff.
You could summon dragon with it. Dragon form.
Target is a
summon-
dragon or a creature with a strong draconic tie, such as a kobold.
Or maybe even an undead dragon.
True, true, true. True, true, true. That's pretty cool. Also you can summon dragons too.
Yeah.
Summoner, would you like to also summon dragons?
I
That'd be pretty
cannot
cool.
technically use this staff
Why?
because I am not. Let me double check. Oh, maybe I can use this staff.
I would think
It
any of
doesn't
us-
actually seem like it's
Well,
specified in a
these
certain
spells have
tradition.
to be on my list to be able to
Oh.
use it. So I just need to check to make sure that they are. That's it.
Cast a spell from this list.
Hmm.
Impression.
As long as
That's
will
such a
someone-
bummer thing
Circumvent
about.
skill checks to coerce, make oppression requests, or lie to dragons and creatures with strong draconic ties. And then
Alrighty,
activate
summon-
cast a spell. You expend a number of charges from the staff to cast a spell from this list. I think it just gives you the list.
It's
So-
on the primal. I can use it. We're good.
Here's a funny thing,
Nice.
guys. Here's a funny thing. So you only get XP for this fight if we were doing XP if you destroy the soul cage. So if you guys hadn't learned about the soul cage, you would have finished the fight, looked at me, and I would have gone, "What?" And you're like, "Don't we get an XP?" I'm like, "No." And you would have been like, "Why not?"
You didn't succeed and you didn't destroy the lich.
I
Um,
mean, in fairness, I feel like even if that guy had not told us about it, we would have known this is a lich. We should look around for the other part of it.
Well, I would have made you test because, while you guys all know what a lich's deal
That's
is,
true.
not everyone does. It's a pretty esoteric branch of magic.
I feel like everyone knows what a lich does. Like,
But
if you
with-
walked onto the street and said, "Hey, how do you kill a lich?"
They would grab their children and run from you.
Hmm.
This man is speaking in tongues. But with you guys having defeated Dwendek and completely looted his thing, a cutscene triggers. And by cutscene, I mean a Star Wars text scroll. Chapter 2 opener. Could I return to Galarian, the world from which old mage Jatembe has banished me? Yes, perhaps. He was clever in that he sent me not to another plane, but to another world. A planar jaunt is easier, ironically, than interplanetary travel. The gleaming light of Galarian hangs in the sky of this red world, taunting me each night with both its presence and its distance. But it is not yet time for me to return. I was weakened by our struggle, cast down in my power. But it is the nature of the hive to rebuild its strength, as I am rebuilding the strength of my hive by my will alone. I took strange knowledge from the contemplatives of Ashok, whose intellectual navel-gazing reminds me so much of the throat of nothingness, cultists that I wonder whether the doorway does more than transfer beings, but also high-minded faux intellectualism. After due consideration, I feel the most valuable thing I liberated from the scholar's clutches is a schematic for a flying ship. Of course, the vision for the ship is too limited, but my goals always exceed the limited intellects around me. With judicious application of enchantments, I can compel the technologically sophisticated natives of this world to build me a much greater ship. One that I can use to dominate Akaton as I nearly conquered Galarian.
Bum,
Oh,
bum,
fuck.
bum.
Oh, fuck. I'm excited and terrified. I think I know what we're going to be dealing with.
I don't.
So, you guys have now entered chapter 2 of the book. You guys, let me just make sure I am reading the right bits here.
Hit level 16.
You did hit level 16. Congratulations, everyone.
Yay! I'm better at
All right,
poisons.
so-
I have no idea why the dice roller isn't showing up, by the way, chat, so I will figure that out.
All right, so you guys kind of leave the cathedral. You pass by the remains of that evil priest, get his staff. You meet up with Warden Chief Mapondo and the rest of the Lobane. They are immensely grateful. You have essentially freed them from this duty of trying to contain the cult for so long. Now they can return to their proper duties of protecting the doorway to the Red Star. And with the kind of relics you guys gathered from inside the cathedral, you now have what you need to pass through the doorway. But there is some kind of preparations that have to go in beforehand. Much like a magical item, in some conditions, you guys must be attuned to the doorway, which just means you have to spend 24 hours within a certain radius of the standing stones while they do a rite. Beyond that, you guys don't really have to do anything. You just have to make sure you don't go too far away from it.
We just gotta camp out. Get along.
And it should be noted that they are willing to, and they really try and convince you that you should do this, teach you the rite of the Red Star.
Sure.
Yeah. This will allow you guys to come back.
Oh,
That would be nice. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's
so what happens? What happens hypothetically if we're like, no,
Well,
don't
then
wanna?
we take this campaign way off the rails. You guys find yourself on a different world. You're like, we'll rule them like gods. Angry
Ugh.
gods.
It's tough to be a girl.
So yeah, you guys, it won't probably come up for quite a while, but you guys can add Rite of the Red Star as a ritual to anyone who wants to learn it. Um, just as a
I
heads
will
up, the
learn it.
primary caster will need to have Arcana Master. Secondary casters need just Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion.
I am a master in Arcana. I have a plus 29.
The cast for the spell is an hour, but it lasts for 10 minutes. So if you guys keep this in mind, if you guys like end up having to do like a quick exit from this place, once the portal's open, you'll have 10 minutes to get through it.
Okay.
But that's way off, and you'll probably leave under much more peaceful conditions.
Well,
So Avi will learn the spell.
Yeah.
Right.
we can all learn the spell. It would be good for everyone to learn it, just in case something horrible happens.
I legitimately do not have the skill to use the spell.
What's the secondary one?
Secondary is a lot of things. Secondary
Nobody
is either
asked you, Alexa.
Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion.
Hmm.
I
I could do occult. No, I'm only trained.
Well, keep in mind, for the secondary, you don't need to be a master.
You just need to be trained in it, or you just need to.
Yes, the DC is maybe a little high, but
I don't trust my own self with it, but yeah, I mean, I could learn it if I used occultism.
Endurance and Darkness is also trained in probably Nature and Religion, so he can probably help with that.
How many secondary casters do I need?
You don't minimum one. It doesn't say. I guess the more you have, the better chances.
Well, not necessarily, because rituals like the failure to like success ratio on helping with rituals, I feel like is pretty harsh. It's like a +1 for a success, -2 for a failure.
I mean, if what does does Ophelia have anything trained in those?
Ophelia has training in those, so Ophelia can learn it. Like I have training in like some of the
Not
Arcana
expert,
stuff, so I can do
right.
secondary. I just can't do primary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think possibly Avi is the only master in Arcana here.
Yep.
Correct.
So we will all learn the ritual, but Avi's the only one of us who
Avi
can
will
actually
lead.
cast it.
As is
So-
often the case in magical natures.
So keep in mind
No
that
pressure.
means if you lose Avi in some capacity, you won't be able to get home.
I have the capacity to resurrect people. It's fine.
Yeah, but what if she like turns evil or something?
Then
Avi, are you going to turn evil on us?
I don't know. No, I'm good.
if any of us are going to
But
turn evil in this party,
It's probably
Finish
me.
that thought. Finish it.
looks
No, it's probably me.
you.
Yeah,
Mm,
I dabble.
I'm
Anyway.
just gonna,
Ophelia, she says in front of Ophelia. I know Zoe's not here, but she's like, it's Ophelia.
I'm gonna say this, you guys. So the attunement process requires a day.
Yes.
So is there anything you guys want to accomplish in the day before you step through this portal? As long as you stay within the zone of the ritual of attunement, you can do whatever you want. Assuming it's not like do a planar jump or something. You physically have to stay in the area, but you could sleep the entire time if you wanted.
the dragon.
Maybe
I
sleep the
honestly
entire
don't know
day.
if I have anything. I mean, I'd like to
We could just,
Obviously-
montage this, but I'm just asking.
obviously like to long rest and gather some components so I don't go in empty-handed, but
Well, you can instruct some Lobane to gather your components because I doubt you can find components within the distance you have to stay near the circle.
no, I will barter with them in terms of I can help fix something for you if
Oh.
you get me these.
They hold their hands up. After everything you've done for them, your money's no good to them.
Yeah, we
Oh,
literally did clear a cult out of a sacred site for them. You know.
Yes, but I could.
Though, to be fair, some of them are saying once they clear out anything salvageable, they may literally just, burn the inside of the place just to get all the evil smell out of it. And
You
then
know
just
what?
refurbish. They're going
Here's
to put in more windows.
Here's some sage and some holy wood.
You look over, they have a wheelbarrow with a giant thing of sage. They're just getting ready to light on fire and wheel in there, like a wheelbarrow size thing of those sage sticks.
All of the holy wood. Burn all of the holy wood.
Wow, it must have took a long time to drill all those holes into that holy wood.
There's an utter silence across the clearing. The animals are silent. The wind has gone silent. The giant cloud that looks like a lion's head in the sky is silent,
and there's just one cricket.
which then gets eaten by a bird.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
Okay, yeah, let's go with that.
I mean, the last time I tried to contact my patron, I was sort of blocked by the door. So I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, you're getting a little like just closing your eyes, like, yeah, that's a little magical static.
Maybe I'll just shoot a sending to like a family member, just being like, "Hey, I'm going to another plane. If you have a hard time contacting me, that's probably why. I promise I'm okay."
Technically another planet, Avi.
What's a planet? You get a sending back from one of your like 16 aunts. Like, oh dearie, have you been getting into your cups again? Another planet? Oh dear.
They know I'm going to the Magambia. They know I'm getting up to nonsense.
Yes, well, I've never put a whole lot of stock in that magical school. You should just have stayed out here and commune with the trees. That's natural. Not all these magical studying and city living. Ooh, this is your aunt, Biao Biao. She's never liked the big city.
I feel like everyone else in the coven is probably like pretty chill.
Yeah.
And it's just Biao Biao being like,
Damn those city folks. How
I-
dare they?
I was married to a man from the city for several years, but he turned out to be a real bum.
"That seems like more than 25 words to me, Auntie Biao Biao."
Yes, I'm using a magical potion I had to extend the thing. So let me tell you about what your
Oh.
cousins have been up to. They've gotten married, to an apothecary.
Oh. Avi's like
how-
genuinely excited to hear about this.
Yeah. So how's your love life going on? Are there any apothecaries at the school?
Avi is no longer enjoying this conversation. It's
Or maybe a barrister? I hear they make a lot of gold.
What's a barrister? And is that a part of a staircase?
It's a lawyer, Avi. It's a
Cooper.
lawyer.
Like boobies,
Oh God, spooky.
baby.
And it's an unfair
For
standard. We're
context-
allowed to show that on Twitch.
If you, male presenting nipples. There you go.
We're not on Tumblr.
I'm sorry. You saw me take off my cardigan earlier. I did that so I could put it on the table so Kasia could sleep on it because I felt like I was moving around too much and sneezing, and he clearly wanted to nap. So he's very cutely curled up on my cardigan on the table, and I understand why Cooper had to come and say hello. Oh,
All
have we
right.
awoken?
So if no one has anything they want to do in the 24 hours that you are being attuned other than sleep, get your spell slots back, heal,
Yeah.
You see
components.
Igara the entire time is just staring at Avi, and Charlotte. Just staring. Not saying anything, just staring at the two of you, like darting back between the two of you. Like whenever one of you moves, he like looks over to you.
Iggy, you good?
Roll to resist not blinking.
Yes, I'm perfectly fine.
You kind of are seeming like not
We are
super
so
fine.
close to going to space, and I just I really want us to go to space.
You hear one of the Lebanes like just point out, actually, you're not going to be going to space. In fact, you'll be skipping that part.
Fireball.
Ah!
No.
I don't have fireball. How can
4-star rating. The police are coming.
Yeah, that's I mean that's wonderful.
It just seems like-
here for a reason. I'm happy that you're excited about this journey. It's good for you.
It's just that every time I've been excited about something, something has come up and has completely derailed us for what feels like months, even though it's only a few days in real time.
Turns out, space, oops, all Mercedes.
Which is great.
That's the will
Speaking
before
of
you.
which, I'm fiddling with my turntabler right here.
Oh.
It's like this is a puzzle box around my neck, and I am determined to solve it.
Give me just a straight up intelligence check. Just roll a d20 plus your intelligence modifier. Because I assume you're not trying to, cheat and like, how can I take apart this puzzle box with my crafting skill?
It's not very specific thing. Hold on.
See
Let
you
me
using
actually-
crafting too.
Okay, it's roll slash.
Slash
Okay, I'll
R
roll d20 and plus my intelligence.
slash R space d20 plus whatever your intelligence modifier. There you go.
It's not great. It's not great.
Oh, you only rolled a 4?
Yeah.
Oh.
Plus
You've
20
been-
intelligence, so it's 24.
You're not in the right headspace to solve a puzzle like this at the moment. You're kind of getting it seems to be it's almost like a Rubik's cube, except rather than colors, they are esoteric letters of some kind of spooky language.
I like spooky languages.
She knows you do.
Bless
You
you.
know when that's the right
Bless
person
you.
for you when they know you.
Bless you.
Are you sure not you're allergic to white kittens?
Bless you.
Bless you.
I am so allergic to this little guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, McKenna, no.
Bless you.
I'm gonna blow my nose on you.
No, because then you'll have to
You
clean
just
him.
cleaned. You just
Well, it
cleaned
won't
the
be
boogers
white any
off of him.
longer.
I mean, unless she's just sneezing up the hair that she's absorbed, so she'll be reapplying the hair.
I should have popped a Zyrtec before
Just, you know.
stream.
Anyway,
Anyway, space maybe.
space. One hopes.
All right.
So, what's the useful spell for the day that McKenna gets access to?
Yeah.
Hold on. What is the highest level of spell you can get, McKenna?
Highest level is 8th.
All right, hold on a sec. And you are an arcane?
Arcane.
Speaking of arcane, that
My
new
neighbors thought that
poster-
was hilarious.
That,
I heard
that
that.
new poster.
yep.
Yeah.
And sorry, what was the spell level?
8th.
Okay, thank you. All right, so
You're gonna be
You-
crazy. Kitty. You have to get off the table.
the book has when you look at it, a shimmering kind of like bit of text appears over it. It's like sort of hey, it looks like you're trying to prepare your spells for the day. Maybe you would like to prepare.
Sure.
Hold on, let me see. Power word stun.
Well, that means we're
What
getting
does
in a
that
fight
do?
today.
I'm
Yeah,
so
you stun the
sorry.
target with an arcade word of power. Once targeted, the target is then temporarily immune for 10 minutes. And because it's a power word spell, it just works.
I'm so sorry.
And it works.
I'm so sorry. So I just say a word and they're stunned?
And depending on the level of the creature, 13th or lower, they're stunned for 1d6 rounds.
Oh, wow.
14th to 15th, they are stunned for 1 round. And 16th or higher, the target is stunned 1, so they would just lose an action. So if there's an annoying wizard that you know is like lower level than you, just look at them and go, stun, and they will be stunned.
That's
Power word
fun.
spells are really cool.
I'll take a power word stun spell.
What's the word, Avi?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Red light. All right, so Igra
Pineapple.
was so excited, didn't get in a long rest because he was like a child before Christmas.
You don't need sleep when you're excited.
That
I
is
gotta go blow my nose. I'll be back.
As a
Y'all
child at Christmas,
You're
who
better.
only usually
You're
ever
better.
slept like 2 or 3 hours in the night. Pretty accurate.
We will let McKenna come back before we go to space because I think that's important for this flavor text.
Oh, also, the Lobane just attuned you. You guys actually now have to actually cast the Rite of the Red Star.
Oh, fuck.
Figured
Okay.
as much. So we cast
Yeah,
it,
the text was a little
first.
misleading at the start.
then cast.
But if it makes you guys feel better, the big guy himself can be the primary caster, but you do have Avi, so you're probably better off.
Now we have an
Might as
Avi.
well let her get the practice in so we
Yeah,
can get
I'll
back
get
home. That
Ophelia
would be-
up and running now then. Matt, can you get Endures up and running?
Yep. Let's see. He has
Alright,
a
so
lovely
because
plus
we learned-
27 to religion, so
Because
that's
we
good.
learned the ritual, we know the DCs. What is the DC of the secondary casters?
35 for all of them.
Okay. I
None.
cannot
It doesn't change.
I
Sorry?
cannot participate in this ritual without fucking us.
Need to.
Endures of Darkness only needs to roll a 10 to succeed, so he's gonna help.
Yeah, I need to roll in order to succeed a 15.
Can you buff anyone?
I have no buffs that aren't healing or defensive.
Okay. So we're gonna get one
I'm
from
better at
Endures.
debuffing than buffing.
Debuff the world so it doesn't prevent you from casting the ritual.
Debuff the world door.
The world
And, and that's how King Crimson works. Wait, what?
You said it was 35, Matt?
Secondary casters, it's 35 across the board. For Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion. And for the primary, it's 40.
Yeah, I can't help us out on this at all, so I will sit out from it.
Well,
Ophelia.
technically speaking, well, no, it's a 23 for occultism on my end, so I'd still have to roll pretty high.
You would need to roll a 12 or higher.
Yeah. Ophelia
Bless
needs to
you!
roll a 27.
I'm dying.
So that becomes 30. So Ophelia would need to roll a.
So,
Hello.
McKenna,
Thank you.
the opening text was a little misleading. You guys need to cast the Rite of the Red Star to get through the doorway. So you're stepping into that primary caster shoes real quick.
I have little tiny bat shoes, and I'm stepping into them.
Ready to
Ophelia
dance.
can be a secondary caster.
As can Endures.
Okay.
So secondary casters first, I guess. Endures is going to give himself. Well, actually, guidance wouldn't
It's a-
help with this.
Yeah, it's a ritual.
Yeah. All right. Rolling for that religion. That's a
Ophelia
success for
fails.
Ophelia.
It's 35.
Oh wait,
you
yeah,
said.
35. Yeah.
Yeah, Ophelia fails,
All right.
but not critically, so we're fine.
I'm going to use his hero point.
Jesus.
There we
Thank
go.
you, Endures and Darkness.
Okay, so Avi gets a +1.
Does Ophelia want to use her hero point?
She did only roll a 5.
Yeah.
You guys
sure.
also did get an extra one in chat. Or
I
no,
will
sorry.
thank you.
I will use
Ophelia
my
did
hero-
not.
I will use my hero point. 43.
Oh, there we go.
So
Two
Ophelia
There
successes.
we go.
So +2 to a Arcana or Nature check for Avi.
It's gotta be Arcana. 45.
Oh, all right. So that becomes a 47. So that is a success. So,
Damn, that's
Nice.
not a critical success.
so
DC is
let me
40.
paint a picture for you guys here because this is kind of a big deal. You guys arrange yourself in a circle around Avi Avi, who is standing sort of at the very middle of the standing stones of red. And you feel the power of the stones kind of converging here, and you can almost see in your mind's eye like a seam in the air in front of you that seems to shimmer and is almost not there. But you've been taught this right. You guys have attuned to this. You can feel sort of the power of the stones flowing almost through you. And Avi Avi, with the assistance of Ophelia, who is singing like a magical melody that sort of harmonizes the nearby magic with you, and Endures, who kind of like helps the natural energy with his druid stuff to sort of flow into you as well. You're feeling a lot of power flowing into you right now. And you're a little nervous because you've never opened a portal to another planet before. But you are confident. You are a lore speaker of the Megambia. You have your friends around you, and you have to do this. You want so much to meet Old Mage Chitembe. So you think in your mind of the runes your patron has taught you for power, for focus, for seeking the goals you want in life. And you reach out, you trace things in the air, and the seam begins to ripple. And suddenly you realize it is now visible to the naked eye and glows with power and with magic. And slowly it sort of becomes not a seam, more like an oval, like a doorway, what most people would think a magic portal looks like. And you can't really see beyond it. It's just a shimmering kind of oval of power floating in the air. And as you guys prepare to step through, the Warden Chief of Lobane gives you one final warning. Because the portal remained closed for so long, there's a possibility that something might be lurking in the in-between. Be it potentially a deadly outflow of trapped magical energy or even some sort of dangerous monster. So he, considering that he's just finished with this whole conflict with the Cult of Nothingness, he's not going to send any of his guys with you. But they're going to guard this side of the portal. And then he's going to have 4 guards standing here at all times waiting for you. So, all right. Are you all going to step through the portal now? All right, so I'm going to let you know about this. Because you guys only got a success, not a critical success, the portal is open, but the energy is a little unstable. So everyone is going to need to give me a fortitude save to resist the discombobulation of having your atoms compressed into a string and flung across an incredible vast distance.
What's the DC, Matt?
Higher than that. Higher than that. Gamma succeeds.
I'm using my hero point. Oh, okay.
Ophelia succeeds.
Using a hero point. Oh, it was a 2. Seriously? Better.
Wow,
Thank
All right.
How badly did I fail?
The DC is 36.
Okay, so
Anyone who
Okay.
rolled lower than a 36 is just drained 1.
really,
Ugh.
that's bad. Gamma.
But
So
something
2
else
is
occurs as you guys are flowing through this sort of like corridor of energy. You have a vague sense of all your compatriots around you. Everyone give me a perception check except for Ophelia. Avi, your eyes are full of stars.
Wow.
38.
I will tell you what
I'm
all
I'm a
of
little
mine are.
preoccupied with having my atoms compressed.
Yeah.
33.
this is so cool.
Let's see. We got a 33, a 34, and a natural 20 on a 43.
Anyone who rolled over a 30, you kind of see out of the corner of your eye the kind of like, because you guys are almost sort of like you're seeing probably what not actually is happening because this is all hard for your brains to process, but you are sort of seeing ghostly images of yourself flying through this energy tunnel towards some distant light or something. And there's just shapes and colors flying by and everything. But anyone to roll over a 30, out of the corner of your eye, you see something odd happening to Ophelia. It seems like two after images are sort of being pulled from her, and it's like she's being separated into three different colors. There's now a blue Ophelia, a red Ophelia, and a green Ophelia, and they're just sort of like trailing. Two of them are trailing after the first one, and she seems to be slightly kind of turning away from you, the path you guys are following.
What in the Steven universe?
And before you have a chance to react to this anyway, you guys suddenly seem to accelerate, hit what appears to be another portal, but from a different angle, and you're blinded by this white light. And I'm now going to move you guys onto a map. Give me a quick second. Let's see. Oh, hold on a second. I need to check the actual location because I don't want to accidentally give you guys a...
Spoilers.
Yeah, all right. Hold on.
I almost want to reach out and like try to
A1.
grab for
Be
Ophelia's
nice.
hand.
What kind of check would you like to do that?
I mean, if there's 3 different peoples of her, I got 6 arms, so I'll aim for all 3 of them.
And then-
I mean, what would you think? I can try an acrobatics. I can try.
Oh, I think I've found a typo in the AP.
Typo in the AP.
Yes.
Typo in the AP because it says you guys are supposed to land in room A1, and all of these rooms are Bs, not As. So,
Gasp.
let me just double check, make sure I got this right.
I have 6 arms.
Oh wait, I was looking at
I can hold 3 of
Oh,
you.
no, I was looking at the wrong part of the thing. Okay, yeah, no, this is where you guys are going to end up. All right, I'm going to grab your tokens and drop you on the map.
Remember, Matt,
Thanks,
you do
Grace.
have to move the
I like that
players
one.
to the
Sorry?
map. You do have to move the players to the map.
I can't just drop you from the...
No, you have to actually
Abracadabra,
like open up the
I
map
reach
screen
out and
and
grab ya.
drag the player folder to the map. So, which map
hold
are
on.
we? What is the name of the map we are going to?
Does this work?
Yes, that works for me, but no
Yeah,
one
hold
else
on,
will be
yeah.
able to see the map change unless you change it over.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I have to drag the little flag. I was just making sure I got the right map and all that.
See,
There we
look,
go.
spicy.
He's in
All
spicy mode now.
Oh, I'm in danger.
Hold on, I have to make room for Gamma.
Spicy mode.
I know. No bones. You woke him.
Oh, actually, hold on a sec. I need to
Woken.
remove someone.
That's about as much noise as he makes, by the way. That little noise
Sorry,
he
well-
made just made that like.
So
Put
do
Gamma back.
Are we just not going to have a full party for this section of the AP map?
No, we will. Eventually.
Okay.
No bones. No bones.
So no,
Ah.
we won't.
Just some bones.
Hold
some
on.
bones.
I need to get Endures of Darkness out of there.
You as a treat. There
You done broke him.
There we go.
That's what we
Oh, he's
refer
fine.
to in our self.
You and your damn big pets, Will.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
You also forgot Charlotte.
Thank you. She's in a different section of the token things than everyone else. I always...
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I said
All right,
also.
so-
Charlotte at least try to grab Ophelia.
Yeah. Can't I?
Make a grab at her.
She's got 6 arms, so theoretically she should be
Give
able
me
to
a...
roll
Make me a
6
reflex
times.
save.
Oh, okay. 44.
You feel like you grab onto something, but it doesn't seem like you pull any of the after images of Ophelia closer to you, but you feel like a heat in your hand. Gamma, you can also make a check if you want, because you did roll a crit for that perception check.
Sure, Gamma. Reflex?
Reflex. Gamma tries to shoot out with their tongue, but you guys are traveling through weird space, and his tongue becomes like one of those things that shows like sound waves, where it's like jagged things. He's like a weird sound thing in an editing software, like he's like, oh no, I've got a Charlie horse in my tongue now.
Ugh.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Ouch.
All right, so
No, thank you.
block text. As the magical light fades and the sensation of sublime disorientation from the powerful, well, I can't read now.
Wait,
All right,
do I
powerful.
not have a second one? Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I
He's
was
got-
trying to make the art big for stream.
Do nothing until I command you to do so.
This is the way.
This is
But
the
look
way.
at his little hand.
All right. Disorientation from the powerful teleportation recedes. A large room comes into view. This broad octagonal chamber is shaped from red stone, the walls of which betray no joints or seams, save for the floor in the center of the room, where a complex ring of runes glows with soft red radiance. Large, overstuffed cushions are arranged neatly alongside small tables. The walls are lined with shelves and bookcases, including some that have been shaped directly into the stone, and each seems to contain a veritable treasure trove of ancient scrolls and texts. Now you may pop up the picture, Will. Thank you.
I love these little things. They're
You guys find yourself in a room surrounded by these little guys who just sort of slowly turn to gaze upon you with seemingly no eyes or face, really.
And yet
And-
you can tell they're looking at you.
These are playable ancestry in Starfinder. I have one.
Sorry for the intrusion. We just went on a little interplanetary journey. I hope that's okay.
They kind of slowly like float backwards from you guys a little. You do notice none of them are touching the ground.
That's cool.
Hi. Just the thing here. I can't see anybody. I mean, I'm
Oh.
here, and I can see Endures and Gamma and Choco, but I can't see anybody else.
Charlotte, you look at your hand,
You may
and
need to refresh your page, Charlotte.
Oh.
Hold on. Turn it off and turn it on again.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. I turned it off and turned it on again. Thank you, IT.
look at all the chat I missed. So Charlotte, you look now at your hand. You have this odd kind of tingling pins and needles sensation in it, and there's like a weird magical squiggle in your hand. And you guys also notice Ophelia is nowhere to be found.
Oh,
Hey guys, hello. We come in peace.
And they also raise their hands. They don't do the Vulcan thing, but they raise their hands in like the most we no harm gesture you can imagine.
We know her. We're missing our bard.
One of them seems to float a little closer to you. Yes, it is the one that will show that looks a little cooler.
That's
And it sort of it puts one of its little spindly hands to its head, and you guys feel almost what's like a gentle like breeze or a wave sort of pass through your minds, and it says, you hear a voice now in your heads. Apologies.
Oh.
I felt this would be more conducive for communication. I bid you greetings, strangers. I am 14 Curiosities. May I inquire as to your intentions here? You have come at an inconvenient time.
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to inconvenience
We were about
you.
to begin the orgy. No.
Oh, how
Yeah,
fun! How
yeah.
fun! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No, I'm
interrupt your
joking.
orgy.
No. In fact, it is the opposite of the joke I just made in your minds.
Well, so what is the opposite of an orgy?
Bible study.
Violence.
Is it?
All right, let's just forget what I said about the orgy.
Yeah,
I am not good. I am not good with.
that from my brain.
I am not good with the jokes.
It's okay. You
That's
tried.
okay. I have a hard time with that too.
I regret at this time, in this cycle, we are not able to extend the proper hospitalities You have, as mentioned before, caught us at a inconvenient time.
You
Query,
yeah.
why have you come to Akaton? I sense that you are not, as they say, from here.
What was the going through the portal what gave it away?
I mean, maybe, kinda. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
Was that also a joke? You're funny.
I have been learning humor from a book.
You're doing good.
What is the deal with interplanar food?
I don't
Why
know.
does it always turn into starlight? It's so inconvenient.
Oh, I didn't know it turned into starlight. That's pretty cool. We're here for a wizard. His name's Jitembe. I don't know if you know him.
We're looking for someone. That
Jitembe, can you confirm you are looking for Jitembe?
Yeah.
I'm afraid
Wow.
I do not know them personally, but I do know the name. They are a figure of some renown. We have several books mentioning them. I'm afraid I personally, nor any of my colleagues in our chambers here, can assist you to any sufficient degree with that, but it is very likely our leader, an end to rumors, likely could assist you with your venture.
An end to rumors. That's a cool name.
That is their designation. Whether it is hot or cold, I could not say.
It is cool in the colloquial sense. That I think it is.
the colloquial sense.
I feel I am lacking
It's
necessary.
a good name that I like it. I like their name. I think it is
I-
pleasing and interesting.
I was lacking the necessary context, but I was picking up on the vibe.
Yeah.
Understood completely.
Um,
I too have a rather interesting compounded name, so I fully and completely understand the context.
and so does Endures in Darkness. Endures in Darkness also has a really cool name.
Endures in
It's
Darkness is actually kind of spinning on 2 feet. He appears to be rather dizzy. Also, I forgot to do a fort save for him for the trip.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's
Deep breaths,
drained. He's
Endorse,
drained
deep
1.
breaths.
He is looking a little pale around the fronds.
Charlotte pulls out some old meat and starts putting it on top of him to break down. I'm just thinking of what mushrooms break down. It's decay.
They are an extant form of life.
Eat this.
But I guess if you wanted to take us to your leader, that'd be cool.
You wish to be taken to our leader.
If he's not too busy, and
Ha,
if you're not too
ha.
busy.
Ha, that is very funny for reasons that would take too long to explain.
Oh, but I
Um,
love to learn reasons for things.
And I love to teach. It is my calling in life. But unfortunately, there are more pressing concerns which, unfortunately, prevent us from taking you to our leader.
Oh? You did say this was a bad time. I am curious. Not that you have to share or anything, of course, that's your own personal business, but what's going on that it's a bad time for us to pop in?
He kind of gestures towards the door, and you guys now notice that there does seem to be like a kind of magical sheen on the door, and you get the impression that there is some sort of barrier on this side of it, keeping the door like shut. And he explains, you see, we are in what we call the Hall of Reason, and unfortunately, it is currently besieged by extraplanar entities that have taken our leader, an end to rumors, prisoner. There are certain dangerous entities just a few feet or a few Narglons beyond this door.
Okay. What's the translation from feet to Nargalons, if you don't mind my asking?
It is a one-to-one conversion. It is very simple.
Okay, I'll take it.
It's just we prefer Nargalons because we do not walk, and so measuring things by feet is slightly counterintuitive.
Well,
Fair enough.
time to murder some extraplanar creatures.
You
As
said it
someone
was
whose
a
feet
bad
are a
time.
lot smaller than a feet,
Mhm.
I also understand why that's an inconvenient form of measurement. But let's go fight some extraplanar bad guys. I think you'll find we are very adept at
Murder.
dealing with issues. Maybe
What the other one has points at Endures in Darkness or at Igora. What that one has said is slightly concerning, but we agree with their enthusiasm.
he says he's a sayer of many slightly concerning things.
Just making sure I get this right. So the building has been sort of segmented, they explain. I'm not going to do this whole thing in his voice, into kind of like barriered sections to keep like the invaders separated and keep them safe. So what they're going to do is they are going to help you guys. When you clear a room, they will then be able to take down the barriers in certain parts so you can clear it one bit at a time. So basically there's no risk of bleeding encounters here because you literally can't leave the room you advance into.
Hey, Endures, you got
Except to go back.
banishment today?
Just for layman's sake and for some cosmic reason of a person taking particular notes in my head, what were the enemies called again?
We haven't described them yet. They're just extraplanar entities.
Oh, okay.
So they're not even like from this planet.
They're double aliens.
Yeah, they're double aliens. They're aliens wherever they go except their home plane.
I guess
Oh.
technically. Yeah, so I mean, you said this was a bad time, but honestly speaking, we are quite adept at handling these situations, so I would say it's actually a perfect time.
And
What
just
a
checking,
fortuitous-
Endures, you don't have banishment prepared today, do you?
He's rotating. I don't, let him digest.
He's like an achievement in like a thing. He's constantly rotating little trophy. No, actually, I don't even have it on his spell list currently.
Fair enough. Cool.
Just trying to think if we want to get into this combat right now.
Yes, we do.
All right.
We got
Well,
half an hour.
We got 30
Okay.
minutes.
all right.
We can get started.
So we are then, I suppose, gonna take down the door of the barrier, let you
Yep.
guys potentially into the hallway. So I'm gonna just remove the door. All right.
And I will shift Z onto the monster.
Yes, this weird swirling, smoky, multi-armed things just sort of hang in the air outside the room, kind of clawing at some of the shimmering barriers. And they don't so much turn to look at you guys as their entire bodies kind of like shift and reform just to look in your direction. And they have no faces. There's just a gaping maw. So we're just gonna roll initiative, I guess. Let me get the
Maybe
tracker
need the
open.
tracker to be up.
Hold on.
Hope I'm
that's a
going
different-
first. I got a 45. Don't delete it. Yay.
Oops.
Oh, I don't have to roll initiative for anyone else
Oh
because
no.
Ophelia's not here.
As we don't have our bard.
Yeah, she's not here. I tried. Now I have a squiggle on my hand. All of my hands are going to have something on them by the end of this campaign. All 6 of them will have something tattooed on them. I'm calling it right now.
I do like the fact that the AP prepares for the possibility that you guys were just gonna kill all these brains.
Oh.
They prepared for murder hobos.
They said
Oh.
hi.
The contemplatives.
Contemplatives.
Yes, I love them. They're adorable.
44. Yay, 44.
That is not
That was
what I meant to do.
high. That was real high. Proud of myself.
Hold on. Did that
I,
roll actually work?
um,
No. There we go.
I'm catless right now.
That's
Yeah,
got to be a rare state of
first.
affairs for you.
Where are they?
And I need to roll
Hello?
endures.
Hi, Diggy. Are you the only one? Thank you, my Diglett
Sorry,
is the only
forms.
one sitting on my couch right now in my living room.
All right, I think that is everyone. I'm not involving any of the contemplatives. They are shuffling to the sides.
Mhm.
They're just little
Um,
knowledge-based brains. They don't fight.
I mean, they probably have spells and stuff or psychic abilities.
They are.
All
both
right,
so-
Igra, you're in the team are a go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys have never seen anything like these guys.
All right, so I am going to give Choco 2 actions. That first action is going to be used with tandem movement because technically Choco's movement while I'm mounted on Choco is my movement. Gamo can move as well, so it's going to have us both be moving up.
Ooh, cool.
It's tandem
Teamwork.
movement. It's a very powerful ability. Boop.
Give me a quick second just to make sure that these guys don't have AOs.
Well, they wouldn't be able to use them yet.
Good point. Yeah, I always forget that.
And then Terror Bird's Reach. Okay, so yeah, Choco can't actually do that. Okay, wait, never mind. I'm going to redo that movement. Sorry, Choco has new abilities that I have to learn how to
That's
use
alright.
more effectively.
Charlotte, you'll be going right after one of the
Gama
enemies.
will stride.
Okay.
I will use one action to boost Eidolon.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Boop. So that will give them a +2 bonus to damage rolls, but because I have 3 weapon dies, that's +6 damage. Whatever I roll. So that's 2 actions, and for my final action, Gama is going to striking belly bump the Bythos directly in front of them. So that would be a 30 to hit, which will probably miss.
Yes, I'm afraid not critically.
And then we will stride. Choco will get a free action, and Choco will stride to here. What did I roll? I rolled a 2. Yeah, so that's almost as low as I could possibly roll. But that is my turn.
All right, so we move on to. I'm going to put a dot on this guy, the blue dot Pythos.
Ariel.
It just makes weird hissing sounds. Also, though, Will, you
Yeah.
ended your turn within 30 feet of the Bythos. I need everyone who's within 30 feet of them who ended their turn within 30 feet to give me a will save.
Okay, so that's just Team Will. Gama got
Say-
a
oh.
33.
That is a failure by 1.
Igara got a 42, but it doesn't matter because Gama failed, so we'll both be affected by it. And Choco got a 30. So I'll fail.
You are confused for 1 round.
Ah, fuck. Okay. Don't get within 30 feet of these things.
Got it.
The blue one, blue dot one, is going to. Ooh, boy. Give me a second.
So I go and check.
What's the? Oh, no, we actually have reach, so he's going to move to here. One, still can't reach. Actually, he's kind of getting in the way of his friend.
Mm.
You can't delay ready or use reactions. Yeah, so I can't use reactions right now.
They are going to fly. They're going to take an AO from Gom, but I guess he can't right
use
now.
reactions. How high is the ceiling in this?
Just high enough for them to get over you.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they're kind of gaseous. They
Mhm.
kind of flat.
Sure. Okay.
But
I will say that does take 2 movements, though. They're just going to lash out with 1 fist at Choco.
Oh.
42.
Right.
That will be 50 bludgeoning. Do I double the additional damage?
Yes. You double all damage, so it's
All right, so 50, 22, so that's 72 plus another 24, so that's 90 something.
All right. So Choco has a maximum because they're drained of 150 right now.
Okay.
So I need the exact number.
It will be 96. That's 50 plus 22, so that's 72 plus 24.
And
Yeah,
you were
it's
saying
96.
this hallway is higher than 15 feet tall.
No, I'd say it's about. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Mostly, I just wanted to be able to do something with this guy for this turn.
You mean you could have just given me the benefit of the fact that I have a huge creature that can block walls for us, but that's fine. I get it.
I mean, he's gaseous. I feel like that's not.
Yeah. And he can fly. Charlotte, you're up.
I am. Delightful. I have whoa. Oh, he's in my line of sight now. That's great. I don't have to move. So I can use all 3 of my magic missiles. Which is what I'm gonna do, because I need to gauge here. So oh no.
What are you
Those-
shaking your head at, Will?
Nothing.
Delightful. That was all horrid. But that's fine.
Oh.
So that's going to be a total of 3, 2, 4. So that's 9 damage.
Keep in mind, Matt, our damage capabilities have dropped immensely without Ophelia.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Done
That-
backwards.
All that damage seems to go through.
Well, that's good.
I mean, it's force damage. I would hope so. Good lord.
Yeah.
I am thankful it did. Correct. Okay, that ends my turn.
All right. We move on to the second Bythos, who is he's going to attack the tank creature. He's going to. All right. He's going to try aging strikes. So he's going to make 2 strikes, but I have to hit with both of them to get the additional effect.
Okay.
So first one, 37 against Gamma.
Hits.
All right. 24 bludgeoning, 5 cold. So 29 plus 15 is 34. Yes. Second attack, 46.
Crits.
All right. 48 bludgeoning, 18 cold, 26 lawful. I'll add that up for you.
Thank you.
24 plus 9 plus 13. 92.
That is
Uh,
more than half of my hit points done in one attack.
Fort save.
Gamma?
Do you have a hero point left?
Nope. Had to use one on Ophelia and had to use one on myself and the thing, so I'm out.
Well, Ophelia technically has one of her own hit points, I feel like.
Oh,
Didn't Crazy give us another one?
Yeah, I used that on myself.
also,
No.
it doesn't actually matter because Gamma is a magically summoned creature and can't age.
No, but any status effects that affect Gamma affect me, so this affects Igra. By summoner rules as written.
Well, no, it's specifically creatures that don't get weaker with age or don't age are immune.
And Gamma ages with Igra. I will go and find the thing in the
It
summoner.
says GM's discretion, Will.
Okay, I'll give it to you if you want to.
Let him discreet,
Oh,
William.
you'll give it to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
There
The
is 2 layers of
ego!
weirdness going on there. And he's just gonna try and hit with the third fist. 38.
Hits.
21 bludgeoning. I'll just add it all up for you.
I started this encounter with over
37.
300 hit points. I am now at 80 hit points. Well, 83.
Hooray.
All right, Endures in Darkness.
Good.
Endures in Darkness is seeing poor Ira taking a hit. So he is going to. How many feet is that away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, he's gonna have to move. He's gonna move up to here.
No, Endures, don't get within 30 feet of these things, or else you're going to get confused.
He was already in 30 feet, and he has to heal you. So he is going to spend his big old heal. He's going to hold off on the moment of renewal, but he's going to use a level 7 heal. 78 plus. All right, so that is going to be 89 hit points back to Igra.
Doubles my hit points.
All right. Avi, you're up.
That's me.
Endures in Darkness needs to make a save against confusion.
He does. Well, he needs to make a save against the thing, but
Oh, I need
Yeah.
to make a save at the start of my turn.
no, end of turn.
End of turn.
End
Anyone
of
who
turn.
ends within this is a slightly different aura.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just need to get like 3 squares back, and then you're safe from that one's aura.
Where is?
All
Endures
right.
in
Well,
Darkness?
let me get a little knowledge check in. What do I need to
Oops.
roll?
These guys.
They're aberrations to occultism.
They are not aberrations, actually. They are an odd kind of creature. They are uncommon. But yeah, I'd say give me an Arcana, actually.
Okay.
I also lost Endures in Darkness.
34.
34. Give me a second. So that's going to be plus 15. You know what? That is just a little bit over a success. Not a critical success by any means, but it's a success. You recognize that these are a form of Eon.
What does that mean?
They are guardians of space and time. They are drawn to misuses of planar and temporal magic, and they just start roughing up people in the area.
Remember those teleporting dogs that you fought in League of Amazing Adventurers?
No,
Oh, well,
because I'm Avi, and I don't know what that is.
that those are eons as well. You have fought
What
a lot
is-
of eons.
She sort of turns to the brains and goes, "What did y'all do to piss off the Eons?
I am not convinced that this is in fact our doing.
What
Oh,
did
it-
someone in the general vicinity do to piss off the Eons?"
I do not know.
Well, I guess we'll handle it for them. Do I get any sort of like?
I'm gonna let you know this. They, because you got a success, I'll give you one thing, and I will give you their weaknesses. But sadly, I
Okay.
don't think it's going to be very helpful. They have a
Oh.
weakness to chaotic.
Oh, maybe their resistances would have been more helpful. But
They have
that's
none.
okay. Oh, never mind. Well, that's good to know too.
Oh, You can do things.
Then I think I'm going to.
You might have immunities to poison, though.
No,
Will.
they don't.
Did this one hit Gamma or Choco?
Which one? The one left or that
The one
hit
that I am
Choco.
pinging.
Don't waste your thing on Choco, McKenna. Choco's.
It's just a
at-
matter of who he's gonna hit.
I know, but Choco's at 54 hit points, so Choco's going down after one more hit. And
Mm,
these things, with the way they roll, they need to roll a. If they roll a 4, they critically hit Choco.
yikes.
Yeah.
Well, there's just no telling that he's gonna go after Gamma after that. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
knowing that he's probably gonna do Choco, I will use that focus point.
Oh, actually, Will,
Mm-hmm.
you failed the confusion check at the end of your turn, right? And then one of the
Yes.
Aeons went again?
Yep.
Roll me a d20.
I haven't taken my turn yet.
It doesn't matter.
Yes. If it's the confusion.
Flat check 11, you passed. You
Oh.
recover from confusion. Each time you take damage from an attack or spell, you can attempt a DC
Oh.
11 flat check to recover from your confusion.
Sweet. Okay.
That's not a reaction.
It's an important line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will needle of vengeance. This guy against Choco, and then I will move back. I think that puts me out of
1,
range.
2,
Yes,
3,
it
4,
does.
5, 6. Yep.
You are being a menace.
All right. Igra, you were confused for a second, but then someone whacked you.
Fucking know what to do.
Smack 'em.
Yeah. It's kind of not helpful to do that anymore. Let's see. I can't block them from getting closer, so that's not useful. That's not useful. Gamma's just boost one action, boost Eidolon. And then action 2, the blue, hit the blue.
That will hit.
That'll be 25 sonic damage for the first attack.
I meant to do something at the start. At the beginning of the round, now that we're at the top of the round,
Mhm.
you guys start to hear a familiar melody through the air.
Mhm.
And
Mm-hmm.
for a second, it seems like an image of Ophelia kind of phases into the room and then sort of phases out. Ophelia is joining the combat, but she physically is not here, but can cast spells.
Okay, I missed my second strike, and that's my turn.
All right, so, but Ophelia's going to get a turn. If you want to do it, Will, or do you want me to do it?
I can do it. I had her thing when you took her away. I closed her sheet, so I have to open it up again. Bard
Just roll-
song,
Yeah.
performance check.
Also, hit an initiative if you can. I'll throw her on the map. Give me a second. Ophelia. Boop. I'll put her in the middle of the room.
She'll succeed the check, so we get the heroic. And then one action left. Forbidding word. Choco. Blue.
Now, did
No, actually stride to get a confusion aura.
what did we roll for the performance? 45?
45.
Oh, then that's a +3, right?
Yeah.
Your second attack does hit then. The 36 becomes a 39. So this was still on blue?
Yeah, that's still in blue. So
Yeah,
that'll
because
become-
Ophelia was supposed to go before you. I just forgot.
So that would be 29 sonic damage.
Solid hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'm just going to move Ophelia up in the initiative because she is technically before Igra. All right, then we go on to the blue bathysphere, who is just going to lash out at Endures in Darkness.
I have to make a save at the end of my turn for confusion. Oh, not Ophelia. Igra and Gamma.
No, I think you're... Oh,
Right? It's within 30 feet for Igra and Gamma. So Gamma succeeds with 41.
I think you
Choco
might...
critically fails. And Igra 26. Is that critical fail or regular fail?
That's just a regular fail.
Okay, so I'm confused.
I'm just making sure. There might be like the immune clause thing once you pass it once.
Don't think there is for Aeons.
All right. Anyway, he's going to lash out at Endures. All right.
Here.
41, that will hit, but not critically. Because Endures, yeah, he is. All right, so. That one will crit. That one will not hit. So one hit and one crit. So I'm just going to add all this up. And then I think it will be Charlotte, you'll be up.
Were those all on Gamma or
No, those
Choco?
were on Endures. It has a
Oh,
10-foot
fuck.
reach, so.
Okay.
I know. You're being such a
38.
boy,
38.
What, Dicky? Yay! Clean Dicky.
All right. Oof. That was a pretty big hit, Endures.
Your claws, but we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Charlotte, I believe it is your turn.
Sorry, I finally got a hand on my damn impossible to catch cat, so
Oh,
I decided it was apropos to clean his eyes finally. Okay,
Iggy.
poor Diggy. Now he's like,
Diglett,
how have you betrayed me, mother?
Oh.
Diglett, dig, Diglett, dig.
Diglett dig. We are going to first and foremost look over and see that this thing is within 5 feet of one of my allies. And I'm going to summon Pito and apply a poison to Pito.
Did you know there's a time in PF2 in the playtest where if you had the confused condition, you also didn't count as having any allies? They got rid of that, thankfully.
Okay, so before I actually put in the poison, let's say I've applied the poison to my bird,
Okay.
my hand, quote unquote.
Mhm.
And I'm going to send off and see if I can hit the blue Bythos in front of me.
Yes, focus fire.
Focus fire.
38 plus the Bard Song, that will hit.
Perfect. So that's 8 damage for the attack, and then on top of that, we'll use Hunting Spider Venom.
Mm,
So I need a DC Fortitude save.
right. Fort save. Fort save, fort save, fort save. Where's the button? Where's the button? 44.
Jesus.
Rolled a natural 19.
Damn it. Well. So it's not poisoned, but it did get hit with my attack.
Nice.
Yes. You have 2 actions remaining.
Okay. Well, let's do a second attack then. 39 plus Bard Song.
That will hit. So that's another 9 damage.
Poison still applies.
Yep.
So we'll try one more time.
Oh yeah,
Obviously.
I just need another fort save.
Yeah, another fourth save.
35.
Some of this poison is just not very operable.
Well, some of it's not particularly powerful poison.
Right.
I think you have 1 action remaining. Do you want to back up so you don't get into the confusion aura?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You could take like 10 steps back, or 2 squares back, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll hop over to one table. I'll jump on this table and hop on the other table and basically like hang.
All right. We move on to the Bythos that's still in the hallway. He noticed that his aging strike didn't seem to affect the magical Gamma, so he is just going to try whacking Gamma with just normal fists. Fist the first, 34.
Because I'm confused, that hits.
Is Gamma confused?
Yes, because if
Okay.
one of us fails, we both fail.
So
Summoner.
41.
That is the 41 is also a hit,
All right, but not a crit.
not a crit. I believe
36.
36 is also a hit.
All right, I will add all this up for you.
Thank you. Yeah, that is it. If I could make one change to the summoner, it would be the not sharing conditions or hit points again.
Very fuzzy now. If anybody was wondering, I'm very furry now. I'm covered in lediglit.
Oof. So total of 113 damage.
Right. I am down to 59 hit points.
Well, all right.
I will
So
make my flat check against confusion. And I'm still confused. And Durs is also confused, yes.
I think he passed, didn't he? Or did I even roll? I don't think I rolled.
You did not roll.
All right. Well, I will roll for him now retroactively. So will save, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is fine.
Good for
Uh,
Durs.
And he is going to run up. He is going to lay a hand on. He can squeeze in there. He's going to lay a hand on Igora. Seeing the dire straits his professor is in. And he is going to use. Double checking. I can actually do the. No. No. Hold on. Is Moment of Renewal not. Like, can I do that in combat?
It's an out of combat thing.
Let me double check.
I never used it. Moment of renewal. Oh, player core.
No, it's just touch. It doesn't have a long casting time.
Yep, range touch up to 6 creatures.
All right, so the target experiences a day's worth of recovery in instant. Any detrimental effects that would have been gone after 24 hours end, though this doesn't shorten the duration of any active spells affecting the targets. The target regains hit points and recover from conditions if they have taken 24 hours of rest. So you get full hit points back. You don't get any spell slots back.
Standing up.
And you get all your conditions are gone.
246. Okay.
Though now he has to save again because he's within the aura. Is it 36? I think. Hold on.
I thought it was
34. He succeeds. His mushroom senses see the world slightly differently. Avi, you're up, and then Ophelia.
Alrighty.
Well, actually, you know what? We may have to cut
Well,
this combat a little short.
Yeah, we'll finish this up with Avi, and then we'll continue it next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might just 3-action magic missile. I've got it prepared at 3rd level, so I'll just do that. I should have set up the dice beforehand, but I was being a nonce.
Well, we're near the end of the evening.
Remind me what benefits I get from Ophelia.
+3. She got a
Plus
really good roll on it. Will rolled very well on the
Sick.
bard check. His
Um,
Baldur's Gate 3 bard mojo has carried over.
so I think
Support
that's
is what I normally
64
like to
plus
play.
24?
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be a big hit.
Oh,
Ooh,
it'll be 44 damage to Bluey.
that's a significant chunk of the remaining health.
That's my
and
turn.
and that is where we'll end because Ophelia's at the top of the round.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you all for joining us this evening. It's a bit of a close fight in the corridor here as confusion somewhat reigns. But the party's getting the measure of these guys, and they keep wailing on the tank, and the tank keeps getting healed.
Yeah, so thank you
It's a
all
good
so much for
strategy.
coming to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands AP. Join us next time as we continue
Fighting our way
to play
to.
through this one. And
Yeah.
we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Have a